Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Here we discuss a rich and varied variety of subjects that are strange and bizarre, and this time is no exception. This report is one from the Scottish Highlands and involves a mysterious spate of sheep killings. Sheep are being found totally devoured, and all that's left is the carcass and fleece. Something is stripping the fleece off completely before eating the sheep. I don't know of many animals that could do this, so let's get straight into this story. This article dates back to 2017, and it stated that about 40 sheep have all been killed in the same way. The newspaper is alluding that it's a cat that has done these killings, but then it goes on to say in the article, and I quote, "A large cat with a taste for mutton is believed to be roaming the most remote parts of northern Scotland, stripping sheep from their skin and leaving no trace but bones and wool. The mysterious beast's latest catch is a hefty and healthy ewe of about 50 kilograms. Her wool was neatly peeled off her skin before it was eaten. The carcass was found less than 100 yards from a croft in Swordley at the weekend." End quote. Now, I'm not an expert in cat predation methods, but I am doubtful that a cat would be physically able to strip a fleece off a carcass in this manner. They said that it was neatly stripped off, but how is that even possible for a cat? I would have said that you would need hands to do that, wouldn't you? Anyway, back to the report. The killings have been done over an area of about 200 square miles, and they have all been done in the same way, all neatly stripped of their skins, before being eaten. The parishes involved is a place called Far and Tongue. The article states a bit of an obvious thing when it says that the killer is stripping the wool from the sheep probably because it doesn't like the wool. I think we can all probably agree with that observation, and then goes on to say that the skin is removed in the most expert way. The photograph that I saw showed the bones and the fleece. The fleece looked like it had been taken off as a whole, like you would expect to see if someone was wanting to make it into a rug or such like. It was not pulled off in clumps, like you would expect if a cat had attacked the animal. They tend to pluck at the flesh and hide. Anyway, I digress. So they said that the fleece had been removed in an expert way? What on earth is going on here? Anyway, back to the article. Then it goes on to say that this creature, whatever it is, has a very powerful bite. It crunches right through the bones and kills the animal very easily, and is a very interesting phenomenon. I will second that remark. It then says that a man called Mr. Johnson remembers one instance, when two animals were killed in exactly the same way, and were found about 200 yards from each other. At this point, let's roll back to a remark made earlier, when they said that they thought that this was a cat. Well, now the article goes on to say, and I quote, "The first time I was convinced it was a cat, but this time I am less certain." End quote. But he then contradicts himself, and says, I quote, "The killings are very reminiscent of those a few years ago," he said, "and I'm still wondering whether the animal could be something like a puma. So, I'll throw this out there, do you think that a cat, a puma, or whatever animal would be able to strip a carcass of its fleece expertly?" The rest of the article goes on to say that despite various searches for the animal responsible, the mysterious predator has never been found. I have to say that they seem very adamant that it is a wild cat that's doing this. So, if there are any experts out there who know whether or not a big cat could expertly strip a fleece from a sheep before eating it, I would love to hear from you. I will keep having a dig around for other stories of this nature, and when I do, I will put the report on here for you to have a listen. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.